Welcome to DentonRadio.com, powered in part by Classic of Denton. Well, good morning once again, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in here at DentonRadio.com. This morning is a very special day because we've been working on something for quite a while, and now it is about to come to fruition, and we are pretty darn happy about it. Before we jump into it, though, we got to introduce a few people that we are absolutely starstruck by. So sitting next to me, we have got Georgina Ngozi as well as Jason Adamson, and you are with the Greater Denton Arts Council and Access Bank Texas. Now, we've been working on a partnership here at the Discover Denton Welcome Center that we're really excited to get to go into, but we're going to tease it out even further, and I want you guys to get to kind of introduce yourselves a little bit, tell everybody who you are, what you do, all that good stuff. Georgina, we'll start with you.
Okay, well, I am at the Greater Denton Arts Council as its executive director, which is such a privilege to be in this community, bringing artists together, arts organizations, radio stations, and partnering with, I think, one of, I feel so fortunate to have made the acquaintance of Access Bank up front and personal around this project. And I look forward to our being able to broaden the arts experience in the Denton community with your support.
Thank you so much.
Love it. Well, Jason, let's hear a little bit from you.
Jason Adamson. I'm a senior vice president with Access Bank Texas. I started with the bank in 2008. Grew up here in Denton, and we're with the support of a great staff. We're over kind of the business development, marketing, commercial loans. I mean, just kind of a little bit of everything for the bank. And so we're happy to be a partner with Denton Radio as well as GDAC and get this going and get some folks down here and let them see what's going on. So we're excited.
It's pretty exciting, and we've got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline where we're going to see you guys working on projects together. But the big one that we're really excited, and we're finally going to talk about it, is the Access Art Alley. Here at the Discover Denton Welcome Center, where we're broadcasting live from, we are now launching an art gallery that's going to be available to the public June 1st. It is going to be curated by GDAC with local artwork and all sorts of cool local artistry, and all of it is being sponsored by and partnered with Access Bank. So it is the Access Art Alley right here in the Discover Denton Welcome Center. There's so much art going on in this community, and the Welcome Center is kind of a sampler platter of all sorts of Denton things. We've got UNT and TW and NCTC and music and sports and everything imaginable. We just didn't have a whole lot of art here. I mean, well, if you don't count the gigantic mural on the wall, but other than that, we didn't have a whole ton of artwork other than the prints and the things that we have for sale, because we've got a lot of local makers. We even have local makers here, and we didn't have that much artwork. So now we're going to be able to get to proudly display a bunch of local art on a rotating basis from GDAC, which I'm really excited about. The Access Art Alley, and we are going to help a whole lot of people who hadn't already access a lot more artwork. Absolutely. So you like fun? Yeah, that's good. That's
Absolutely.
Good. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about GDAC and everything you guys are doing for the community, the Greater Denton Arts Council with the Campus Theater, the Patterson-Appleton Arts Center, all the plethora of things that GDAC is doing, and why it is you got to brag on yourself a little bit, because I got to let everybody know why we are so excited to get to be working with GDAC.
Well, I do think GDAC is an exciting place, and I've been there just about 8 months, and I feel like I've experienced art that represents kind of the whole of Texas, because we promote the art of local artists, visual artists from our local community as well as from our university populations. Right now, we are in preparation for the installation of 3 local artists for 3 really great summer shows.
Awesome.
One is Jason Lee, who is a member of this community.
Who? I'm kidding.
Jason Lee, an actor, a photographer, and the work that he will have on display beginning on June 2nd, which will be his opening reception, features photography of Texas.
Very
Who
cool.
wouldn't come to that?
Right.
Both locally and abroad. We also will be featuring the work of Paul Gray, another local artist, who features artwork focused on nature, much like the premier artist we have here at Access Art Alley, and that's Kimberly Dietrich. you can, when they walk in, they're going to feel like they didn't go from outside to inside, but just by looking at her work. It features birds of Texas, horses, which I understand is a really big part of Texas, of Denton, that I haven't seen, so I'm looking forward to that. And then the last artist being put on display this summer is Colby Parsons, who is a professor at TWU, and he does a fantastic three-dimensional lighting kind of exhibit. I can't even describe it. It's so uncommon, but so engaging. I saw some of his work early at TWU, and I looked at it and said, this has to come to GDAC. And that's what's happening at GDAC. GDAC is looking for the best of what's here, what's already here, and begging those artists to let us showcase who they are with the broader segments of our community.
Love it.
One of the things that I love about Access Art Alley and the Welcome Center is that this is the doorway to the heart of the city. And so you can come in, check this out, but you can learn about the Greater Denton Arts Council and the things that it's doing by following that alley down to Hickory and Bell, where you'll not only experience great visual art, but you'll see performing arts as well. We are a true collaborator and partner with our community. We work with organizations like Friends of the Family. We always have our eye on who needs us, who needs to use this platform to tell their story. And that's the work that we're doing at GDAC. I'm glad to be doing it with you guys as well.
Well, it's very, very cool. Well, and one of the things that we had talked about when we first opened this place was we wanted to be a true sampler platter for all things Denton. You know, when you go to an information center, they're going to tell you what's cool about the town. We wanted to be able to show you and let you actually taste it and get your hands on it and really see it and experience it. It's why we have the radio station here where people can see live performances and hear the artists and meet the artists, and that we've got local makers that'll come in, and we do beer tastings and we do all this stuff. And so now I'm so excited we're going to get to offer this little piece of GDAC where you guys are doing so much in the community, and people are actually going to get to be in front of the artwork. We're not showing them a picture of the artwork. We're not giving them a brochure on the artwork. We've got those. But we're actually giving them a taste of this artwork that you guys are so generously putting together to be on display here, and then we can point them back to all the other things in the community that they can go enjoy, which is so, so fun. And it's super fun that we're getting to do this in partnership with Access Bank because you guys are so local focused. You are the community bank. I mean, you guys are so involved in the local community, locally owned bank, so locally involved. We started partnering a little while back, and already we've gotten to talk about the Crawfish Boil and the new Speedway location, all the cool stuff you guys are doing locally. And there's a lot of wonderful banks doing a lot of wonderful things, and you guys are doing so many cool things in this community. I just love it. I love the collaboration of everybody in the community coming together. So let's talk a little bit more about Access Bank. I want to hear a little bit more about the culture and kind of the heartbeat of what you guys do and what you guys are about and why this partnership just makes so much sense.
Sure. Well, I mean, being the only locally owned community bank here in town, I truly feel like we're in touch with Denton. What's going on in Denton, going on with the business owners around here. You know, our directors, they live here, they work here, they just know this town. You know, the folks that we bank, we typically have known them. And so this is just a part of continuing to get our name out there and getting to know the community even more, getting into some other segments of the community that we may not touch every day. And that's what I love about just the partnership with GDAC. It's just that, you know, the arts truly tell a story of kind of just the soul and the thought of what's going on in the community, you know, and it just really represents that very well. And it just brings out so much creativity in the town. And I think we do that as a bank. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but as we're dealing with local folks, that's just what we do on a daily basis. And so just to get out in front of these folks and let them know that, hey, we're here. We've got all the products that you're ever going to need within a bank. We can take care of you from a technology side and just all those things. And you're going to deal with a person. And it's just so community-based, community-oriented. We really want them to know who we are and where we're at. And just, again, continue to be the community bank of choice. So
I love it. I love it. Well, and anytime I get to tell somebody, oh, yeah, we're doing a new project with Access Bank, they go, oh, that one that looks like the courthouse.
That's it.
Yeah, it is.
It's got the steeple on it. Absolutely.
And it's such a beautiful building. If
Thank
nothing
you so
else,
much.
you can go into access it just for the artistry of the building itself.
And you can see the community ties just there. I mean,
Yeah.
that was done with a purpose, just to tie us into Denton as well as the courthouse, the square, all those things, so that there would be just that local recognition. And so all those things have a purpose and a reason, just like these partnerships.
Love it. So we want to talk a little bit about the big launch. We're going to have a ribbon cutting with the Chamber of Commerce where anybody and everybody is invited. So make sure you clear your calendars. June 1st, so start of June. 3:30 to 5 is going to be the event. We're cutting the ribbon at 4, but make sure you get here early because we're going to have refreshments. We're going to have entertainment. We're going to have music. We're going to have painters. We're going to have all sorts of stuff happening here in the Discover Denton Welcome Center. So starting at 3:30 on June 1st, the Discover Denton Welcome Center at 111 West Hickory Street. It's very hard to forget that address. 111 West Hickory Street. This is going to be the place in town to consume all the cool stuff that Denton has to offer. It's going to be a really special day with a lot of extras and maybe even a few surprises and some giveaways that we might be doing as well. So 3:30 June 1st, you got to clear your calendar because this is the spot to be. Now, if we haven't enticed you yet, we've got some extra special stuff going on that day. If you're not able to make it until after 5 or after work, we've got Free Beer Friday happening that day. We're going to be giving away beer samples. The Frank Buck Zoo is coming in that day and bringing in all sorts of animals. It's First Friday, so you've got to be downtown because there's great activities going on everywhere. So if you don't come to the Discover Denton Welcome Center on June 1st, I just don't know what you're thinking. All right, because it's going to be as good as it gets right here. All right, so I wanted to get a chance to talk about more things that are coming up with you guys because the whole point about the Access Art Alley is to point more people in y'all's direction. So let's go ahead and start doing that. What are some future things that we're going to be seeing at GDAC and some future things we're going to be seeing at Access that we want to get to talk about?
Most immediate on June 1st, that same busy night, there'll be lots to do. We will be hosting our sub-granting program awards. Every year, GDAC invites its community of artists to submit proposals to support artists in the development of their work. And we've made some selections this year, and those contracts will be awarded to them on next Friday, June 1st.
Cool.
I want to say 6:00 p.m., and I hope that I'm right. Once again, I will mention that Jason Lee's exhibit opens on June 2nd. So that's going to keep us busy and take us into the summer months. The other thing that's really important and I'm excited about is our summer camp will be coming up. So please reach out to GDAC to enroll your children who may have an interest in art, who may not, but would be willing to come anyway, and they'll have a great experience with our staff. Our education coordinator has planned a wonderful summer camp experience for children. It runs only a week, but it's a week worth investing in.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, I know there's a lot going on at Access as well. So what are some of the things that we can be expecting?
Well, right now, we've really just had the opening of our Speedway location over off of 114 across from, as you alluded to earlier, from Texas Motor Speedway. They actually opened the doors this week. We're going to have a grand opening in June. I believe it's June 28th. And so we've kind of partnered up out there with that local chamber out there. We're going to have a grand opening out there on June 28th. And so please come out and see that. But the bank is really just in expansion mode. We've hired a lot of really great folks. We've got a full remodel going right now down in Dallas. We have a location down in Dallas off of 635 in Montford. The entire first floor is getting remodeled, so we're going to have a totally new look down there. And then we've also got a location out in Crum. And so that has been kind of a temporary location for us. We're finishing up plans on that. And so we're probably going to be taking that project out to bid within the next 30 to 45 days just to plant some permanent roots out there and just continue to take care of Denton County. And so, again, just a lot of expansion mode. You know, the local folks have been so good to us and coming and banking with Access Bank Texas and supporting us. It's just given us the ability to have this kind of growth and to move out in some different areas and service them. And so we're really excited about that and look forward to what it brings.
That's great.
Can I give a shout out to our tourist community?
Of
Because while
course.
we're very, very community focused, and we are, as a community, we want to extend who we are to those tourists visiting the
Yes.
area. The Welcome Center should be your first stop, as we alluded to earlier, because we want you to be able to take advantage of all that we have to offer in the arts and even beyond. I
Right.
do want to mention that the Greater Denton Arts Council opens its Patterson Appleton Arts Center from Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock until 5. So we welcome those visitors to come in and take a look at what we have going on there.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that.
And for really a big thank you just to Discover Denton. Thank you for what you guys do and bringing us together. And I know you actually kind of thought of this idea and brought it all together, and it was just wonderful. It all worked out and fell into place beautifully. And Jake, just a big round of applause to you. Thank you for doing this.
I
Well-
agree with you 100%, Jason. What a joy, and with much gratitude, I thank you for bringing us together and building the community we know we are.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate that, and I have to be honest. I was sitting with Christine Gossett of the Main Street Association, and I was saying, man, I really want to do this thing with Access, and I also want to do this thing with GDAC, and I just can't decide which one I want to do first. And she looked at me and said, do them together. And so, Christine, I gave you credit. It was your idea. Christine Gossett, Main Street. Yeah. All right. Are you happy? All right. Fine. I know you're watching. I know you were about to be mad. So I gave you the credit. I get it. But anyways, so we're all about a community working together.
That's right.
Christine, I don't understand why you're so bent out of shape about this. But anyways, so I'm just kidding. She's not bent out of shape. But guys, thank you very much for coming on by the studio. We really appreciate it. Is there anything else we want to touch on before we wrap up?
Thank you for making us better.
Oh, gracious.
Yeah.
Just come see us. Remember to bank local.
Love
We're
it.
right down the street. We'd love to take care of you, so please come see us.
Sounds good to me. All right, guys. June 1st, the Access Art Alley opening, 3:30 to 5, June 1st. This is the place to be if you want to check out this new artwork launch. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to DentonRadio.com. Please stay tuned all day because we are going to be bringing you lots of local music and entertainment. Got a lot of cool stuff coming down the pike. It is also Friday, so we've got Free Beer Friday coming at you at 7 tonight. So make sure you stay tuned in for that as well. Thank you again very much, everybody, for being here. We'll see you next time. Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.